Hey guys, my name is Ruben and welcome to another video to help you master your Hebrew pronunciation. A few videos in this series were included to show mispronounced sounds in Hebrew that many were unaware of. But this is definitely not the case for today's sound. Today we're dealing with the most famous, most stereotypical sound in Hebrew and Jewish culture. Of course, I'm talking about the ch sound, the sound produced by the letters Chaf and Chet. Usually what we're dealing with is either too much ch, which sounds unnatural, or not enough ch, which can be confused with other letters like hey or a hard Kaf or Kuf sound. Here's a short phrase to illustrate what I'm talking about. See if you can tell the difference. Machzik maftehot. Machzik maftehot. Machzik maftechot. Machzik maftechot. It's sometimes the case that even if you can pronounce this chaf or chet sound in Hebrew words that we use in English, like Chanukah or Tanakh, it still doesn't come out naturally in your conversational Hebrew. And some people just have a hard time getting this sound out at all. It's a sound that doesn't exist natively in English, but many are familiar with it because of contact with other languages. It's most important to avoid confusion and misunderstanding because of similar sounding words. Listen to these three very common words, which are also very similar, and see if you can hear the difference, and see if you can pronounce the difference. Feel free to repeat along with me. Chalav, halev, kelev. Once again. Chalav, halev, kelev. So does your chet sound more like an H? Are you replacing this chet with a K sound? Or are you the kind of speaker who can pronounce these words in isolation, but when it comes to flowing naturally in conversational Hebrew, it doesn't come out the same? Let's talk about how you can improve this sound to make it even more natural. One technique is not to scrape too hard in the back of your throat. Think about the air pressure that you release when you say the F sound. F. And use the exact same amount of pressure in the back of your throat. If what's coming out resembles more of an H or a K, then we need a little more friction back there. A simple way to test yourself is with the English sound of disgust. Ugh, ugh. If you can hold out that final sound, that sound, for a few extra seconds, you can control or modify how much air you release at once. Ugh. Again, sometimes it's the amount of air that you're using that makes the difference between not enough or too much of this chaf or chet sound. Practice this sound by yourself so that you're ready when it comes time for a natural conversation. Now, you may feel a little embarrassed making this sound, either because it doesn't exist in your language, it's a bit foreign, or because of the placement in your throat. Some people feel a little bit strange making a sound coming from there. But just know that it is extremely common and natural to produce in Hebrew. In fact, it's an integral part of the Hebrew sound system, or the phonology of Hebrew. According to sttmedia.com, the ch sound comes up once every 17 letters or so. It's a noticeable mispronunciation with a quick, simple fix. If you're a polyglot, here's a bonus for you. This sound will help you with your pronunciation in many other languages. For example, the J sound, or sometimes G sound in Spanish, the G sound in Dutch, and many, many Russian or Yiddish words, just to name a few. Let's now listen to a few more common Hebrew words and compare our American and Israeli accents once again. Matzhik, matzchik. Eze matzhik. Eze matzchik. Haham. Chacham. Haham. Chacham. Lishkoach. 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 We love hearing feedback from you guys. It's great to see how these techniques affect your Hebrew practice, and it helps us put together the most valuable information to get you sounding even more clear and natural in Hebrew. Feel free to leave a comment or suggest a topic for a future video. To give you some extra practice, after finishing this video, what I'd like you to do is repeat the phrase Ani choshev, or Ani choshevet, a few times a day. Repeat that a few times a day and really focus on that chet sound. Ani choshev, Ani choshevet. Really make sure the sound is clear, and let's show the world how well you speak this language. I'll see you next time.